Yo, what's going on? It's your boy, Mr. Locario, the bad boy of the dating game. What's good? So in this audio slash video, I'm going to be talking about some tips on how you can be more attractive, all right? Because, I get a lot of emails from dudes and they still feel like it's all about looks and everything is about looks. And if you don't look good, if you're not the best looking guy in the world, you're not going to get any girls and all that other stuff, right? So, I'm going to give you guys some tips that can help you be more attractive, right, to the opposite sex, to women, right? So let's start this off. Actually, let's start off with number one. This is in no order of importance. I'm just like counting this down or whatever. So the first one is, let's start with the whole looks thing. The first one is fix your appearance. Fix your appearance. So when guys talk about looks, what they usually talk about is how you look, how you were born, how your face looks. They're talking about how cute that they think a girl would think they are. And they use that as the thing of, you have to look this way or girls aren't going to like you, right? But to make yourself more attractive, all you need to do is fix your appearance. So what's your appearance, right? Your appearance is how you look overall, meaning it's not just about, how you were born, how your face structure is. I'm talking about the type of clothes you wear. Does the type of clothes you wear fit you? Does it look good on you, right? Do you get a haircut? Do you shave? Do you smell good? You understand? Do you have on nice shoes? Those things make a difference. Those things can make you look more attractive. Do you work out? Do you understand? So the thing is that you don't have to be, the best looking guy or physically the best looking guy with the perfect face or whatever you want to call it that these guys be talking about in these damn forums. But the thing is that when you fix your appearance, you basically look better overall, and then you feel better, and then that is what makes you more attractive to these women. And you got to understand something. This is something that most guys don't understand, is that, because guys always ask me, they're like, yo, how do you approach girls and talk to girls, and what's the best way to do this and do that, right? So a tip that you got to understand is this, is that how you present yourself, your appearance, right? It's going to basically, the girl's going to sort of like assume certain things about you. So for example, let's say you got a guy who's dressed real sloppy, right? And he has on this, shirt and it's all wrinkled, and he has on some jeans and some dirty shoes or whatever, right? And then you got another guy over here who has on a nice button down shirt, some nice slacks, some nice shoes. So he's looking all put together. He smells good or whatever, right? So what happens is that the women usually like to be approached by the guy who's dressed nicer than the other guy who's not dressed as nice. Even if the other guy, let's say the other guy in the face, he looks like Brad Pitt or something, right? The guy wearing the dirty shoes and the wrinkled up stuff, right? And then the guy who has the nice button down shirt and all that other stuff, he just looks like the average dude in the face, but his appearance is on point, right? Women would be more into the guy whose appearance is on point. Why? Because what a lot of guys don't understand is this, is that women, they basically look at themselves and the guys that they attract and say to themselves, look at who I can attract. Do you understand what I'm saying? So if you have a certain appearance and you looking tight, you looking fly, right? Women will basically be more receptive to you off the fact that they feel that they've attracted a guy who looks on point. Do you understand what I'm saying? This is why appearance is important, because when you approach these girls, like when chicks are outside and they're on the street and some bummy looking dude approaches them, they're more mad at the fact that that type of guy approach them, because then they feel like that reflects on them. They feel like that says something about them. So they're like, what the hell am I doing where these bummy guys think that they can approach me? Do you understand what I'm saying? That's how they think. So the thing is that if you are on point with your style and your dress and how you do all that other stuff, when you approach women, most women will be more receptive to you because you are looking fresh, you're looking clean, you're smelling nice, and you're looking good. Do you understand what I'm saying? So this is why when you fix your appearance, you become more attractive, because women are looking at you as, you know, the reflection of who they feel that they are and who they feel that they can attract. Do you understand? So if you have a hot chick, you know, walking down the street and you approach her, you know, you have to, it's almost like she wants a dude who's on point and looks on point, so that she'll feel good about talking to you. Do you understand what I'm saying? So I hope you guys, you know, understand that part, right? So now, first one we talked about was fix your appearance. Second thing you can do to make yourself more attractive is to flirt with women. Flirt with women, God damn it. This is like so funny to me. I see this all the time when I go out. I see this all the time when I'm, you know, just chilling out here and observing certain things, where a lot of times when you guys talk to women, you talk to them real friendly and polite, and like you're trying to walk on eggshells. You're trying not to offend them. You're trying not to come on too strong, and then you end up seeming like a nice guy. Do you understand? And that does not turn women on. What turns women on is a man who, when he's talking to her, when he's having a conversation with her, he is flirting with her. Do you understand? He is basically letting her know that he is interested. He's basically, you know, letting her know that, hey, I'm trying to make something happen with you. See, the flirting makes you seem more attractive because most guys are too scared to flirt. This is why a lot of guys get in the friend zone. This is why a lot of guys don't really close the deal and make stuff happen, because they don't take it from them actually, because this is what a lot of guys do. They'll approach a girl, they'll be at a party or somewhere or in the street or whatever, and they'll talk to a girl real nice, like, hey, how are you, miss? How's it going? You know, how's your day? Blah, blah, blah. And they're just sort of just like, you know, doing that for a long time. But then they don't move it into them actually flirting, getting flirty with her. Be like, hey, you know, miss, you looking really good. Like, I'm trying to, we need to get together sometime. When are you free? Cause, you know, me and you need to get together and talk about some things. So listen, I'm gonna need your number. I'm gonna give you my number, and then we're gonna get together and hook up, because, you know, I gotta see you again. You just looking too damn good. You know, like, you're basically at this point, you're flirting with her now, instead of just, oh, so, how's your day going? And where do you work? And what do you do? Like, it's like, yeah, that's cool for a second, but you have to step it up to flirting, because when you flirt, then you're giving her the opportunity to fantasize about being with you. Do you understand? A lot of times, this is what happens. A lot of times you might approach a girl and she might be attracted to you. She might feel a certain vibe from you. And then what you're doing is you're showing her that you're not the type of dude who is comfortable, you know, taking it to that level. Or she might think you're not really interested in her because you're not flirting. You understand? And then so by you not flirting, it sort of turns her off. You understand? You ever approach a woman and she, you know, she seems real nervous, like around you when you're trying to talk to her. She's like not looking you in the eye, giving you one word answers or whatever. And she's doing that because she's nervous. But what a lot of dudes, they interpret that as her not being interested. Do you understand? So then the guy walks away thinking this girl wasn't interested, and she's wondering, damn, why did he walk away? How come he didn't ask for my number? You understand? And the reason why the guy didn't ask for the number was because she was coming off all nervous, and he interpreted that as her not being into him. Right? So the thing is that if you're not flirting with a woman, she's going to interpret that as you not being into her, as you not really trying to make anything happen. So when you actually flirt and you actually, you know, are really flirty with her, that's going to make her, more attracted to you and make her want to do more things with you. Do you understand? So you have to be able to flirt with these chicks, right? Now, number 3, third thing that's going to make you more attractive is to have goals and accomplish them. Have goals and accomplish them. All right. So what happens is You have a lot of guys out here who aren't really doing anything. They don't have any goals, any dreams. They just working at some dead end job. You know, they have no passion and not passionate about anything. And the thing is, you have to set some goals and accomplish them. And the thing is, what you can do is you can set small goals and accomplish them, right? So the reason why it's important for you to set goals and accomplish them is because when you set goals and you actually accomplish the goals that you do, what it does is that it makes you more confident, right? It basically, you know, it makes you feel good about yourself because you're actually doing something. You're actually making things happen, right? And the thing is that women also want to be attached to a guy who has things going for himself. And when you're actually having a conversation with a woman, right? And that also gives you something to talk about, like the things that you do. That's the thing that's going to, you know, make the conversation flow and also make her see that you got shit going on, right? And by you doing the things that you have going on when you're, you know, achieving your goals and making these things happen, as you accomplish them, you're gonna feel better about yourself. You're gonna feel good about yourself, and then that confidence is gonna show while you're actually talking to these women, right? So, you know, it doesn't even have to be anything really big in certain cases, but you have to set certain goals and then achieve them, make them happen. Do you understand? So, like, let's say it could be a goal where, you know, you say, okay, you know what, for now on, I'm gonna go to the gym 3 times a week and work out for an hour, right? So let's say by the end of the week, you've already accomplished that goal. You went to the gym Monday, Wednesday, Friday. It's Saturday now, and you've achieved that goal for that week. So you set your goal and you achieved it and you made it happen, because what it does is that it creates accountability within yourself to say, I said I was going to do something and I did it. And that makes you feel good. It makes you, you know, you're basically telling yourself that you're reliable, that you can make stuff happen, that you can do things, right? So on a subconscious level, it's getting in your head that, okay, I'm actually able to do shit and do cool shit and make shit happen. And when you're feeling like that, when you're actually talking to women, it's not necessarily where you have to tell them like, oh, I do this and I do that, but that feeling of you doing that comes out in when you're having these interactions with women. Do you understand? Because when a person is a loser and is not doing anything and just feels like, oh, life sucks and I'm whack and, you know, I'm worthless and all this other stuff, right? That's going to come out when you're interacting with people. They can feel it, they can see it, they can sense it, right? So if you are doing something, if you're doing something with your life, if you're making things happen, if you're achieving your goals, if you're making things go down, then the opposite is of that whole loser thing is going to happen, where you're going to start feeling good about yourself. You're going to be like, oh, wow, I actually make shit happen and I make shit go down. You understand? So it's important for you to have some goals and, you know, set them and achieve them, right? So that's number 3. Now, number 4, the fourth thing to make yourself more attractive is to know how to control the direction of the conversation. Know how to control the direction of the conversation. All right, so what does that mean? I get so many emails from women, and you know, the one of the things that I always notice that women tell me, and this is like a big fucking thing, and I see it happening all the time, where women will say that they're talking to guys and the guys don't know how to move the conversation along. Meaning women are waiting for men to basically close the deal, ask them out, make something happen, and the guys are not really making it happen. This is what I was saying earlier with the whole flirting and guys being too friendly and not knowing how to move the conversation along. But see, the thing is that you got to understand how to direct the conversation. You have to know how to control that. And what that means is that when you are trying to make something happen with a woman, right, and you're having a conversation, you need to know how to steer that conversation in a certain way to get a desired result, because that's going to make you look more attractive to the woman. Why? Because it's going to make it look like you know how to take charge. It's going to look like you know how to lead, right? So if I'm at a party and I'm talking to a girl And I'm saying to myself, oh, this chick is cool. I want to get a number and probably take her out sometime, right? So then I say to myself, oh, let me try to have a conversation with her so I can steer the conversation in a direction so that I can get her number and plan a date. Right? So if I see a chick, let's say I'm at a house party and I go into the kitchen to get some chips or whatever, and I see some chick standing, in the kitchen drinking a soda, and I see her and I'm like, hey, how you doing? And she's like, oh, I'm fine. And I'm like, hey, I'm Locario. What's your name? She's like, oh, I'm Stacy. And I'm like, Stacy, cool. Where you from? She's like, oh, I'm from Brooklyn. And I'm like, oh, cool. I'm from Brooklyn too. I'm from Bed-Stuy. I'm like, which part you from? She's like, oh, I'm from Park Slope. I'm like, cool. Okay. So, what do you do? She's like, oh, I'm a teacher. Oh, cool. I'm a dating coach, blah, blah, blah. And then at this point, I say, Stacy, you kind of cute. You got some nice eyes, right? Now I'm flirting at this point, right? And then she's like, oh, thank you, blah, blah, blah. She's, smiling or whatever. And then I'm like, yo, what are you doing for the weekend? What's going on this weekend? And she's like, oh, nothing. Nah, I don't really have any plans and all this other stuff. Really? So listen, how about, me and you get together. I'm going to give you my number. Give me your number. What's your number? Blah, blah, blah. Put it in my phone. We should go get a drink, later on this week. All right, cool. Blah, blah, blah. And I'm done. We're out. And I go in the rest of the party, talk to more people, or I keep talking to her or whatever it is, right? But the thing is, I'm steering the conversation into me getting her number and making these things happen. Do you understand? A lot of guys will get stuck on just doing the small talk part. They won't move into the flirting and then move it into actually getting the number, right? Or whatever, right? Or even, let's say, for example, if I was trying to, take her to the movies or something, I wanted to take her to the movies. In that conversation, as I'm flirting with her, telling her she has nice eyes and all of that other stuff, I'd be like, hey, have you seen any, cool movies lately, right? And then she'd be like, oh, I saw the Star Wars thing, but, I really wanted to see this other movie. I want to see such and such. And I'm like, cool. So, what are you doing this weekend? How about we get together and, go to this movie and stuff or whatever. Give me a number, right? So I asked her about the movies because I was planning on getting her number to tell her, let's go to the movies. Do you understand? That's controlling the direction of the conversation. If you are planning, you're trying to make something happen with this chick, right? You're basically orchestrating the direction of how the conversation is going to flow so you can make this happen. And the reason why this makes you more attractive is because 90% of guys don't know how to do this. Do you understand? And the funny part is that women are waiting for you to do this when you're talking to them. You understand? They are waiting for that shit to happen because a lot of times women want to go out with you, but they are not going to say anything because they think, oh, well, it's not ladylike. I got to wait for him to, ask me out. That's what a lot of women are doing. That's what they will do. So you're not, you have to be the one to be able to do that because that's going to make you more attractive to women because they're going to be like, oh my God, finally a guy who knows how to fucking ask me on a date. You understand? So you have to know how to do that shit, right? Now, the last thing I'm going to talk about, number 5, on how to make yourself more attractive is to work on your inner game. Work on your inner game. So what's your inner game? Your inner game is how you feel about yourself, how confident you are. That is very important. You have to work on your inner game. And I actually have a audio program on my Bad Boy membership site called How to Improve Your Inner Game. So all of you guys should be a member. Go to badboymembership.com right now and become a member so that you can listen to that audio and listen to other audios. But when we're talking about inner game, right, it's about you being confident, the way you feel about yourself, the way you see yourself, because the thing is, this is going to make you more attractive when you work on your inner game, because when you work on your inner game, your confidence and how you feel about yourself and everything, that is going to show when you are talking to women, right? See, every guy gets rejected. Every guy gets, talks to a girl who's going to flake on him. Every guy gets in a situation where things aren't flowing the way that he wants it to flow, right? But the thing is, if you do not work on your inner game, right, that shit is going to crush you. That stuff is going to get you depressed. It's going to make you upset. It's going to make you unmotivated to even make anything happen with women, right? Because you aren't working on your inner game, right? But the thing is, if you work on your inner game, if you work on your confidence, that is going to help you when those times happen, when those situations happen where you're talking to a girl and, she's not really trying to, make anything happen, right? You're so confident in yourself that you realize that that means nothing. It's nothing, right? And the thing is, it's not even, enough just to know that it means nothing. You have to basically feel it in your soul to understand that it means nothing. But in order for you to feel that, you have to work on your inner game, right? Because what's going to happen is that, there's going to be times when chicks is going to act funny or do this or do that. And it's going to, it's going to annoy you. It's going to be like kind of whack. You're like, this, that's some bullshit or whatever, right? But it's not going to be the same. You're not going to have that same feeling as if you didn't work on your inner game. Because if you didn't work on your inner game, you'll be the guy, just moping around crying because some shit like that happened to you. Because I've seen it. I've seen this before where guys getting rejected and just getting so mad and start crying. Like, I've seen this shit. It's ridiculous, right? And the thing is, if you work on your inner game, there's going to be times where chicks say this and say that, and it's going to be like, it's going to be annoying, but you're not going to have that same feel because your confidence is so high and the way that you feel about yourself is so, it's just so good. You're like, well, it is what it is. It's her loss. I'm keeping it moving. Right. And then what happens is that when you do approach women, they're going to feel that energy of, okay, this guy, he's a confident motherfucker. You understand? And the thing is that your confidence is so attractive to women. Why? Because women are insecure as fuck. Right? And so the thing is that they're looking for a guy who is confident because they want to follow that guy. Do you understand what I'm saying? Think about it as if like, there's like a freaking disaster going on, a natural disaster, and shit is going crazy, earthquakes, the fucking ground is breaking and all this other shit. And this chick, she's running outside and she's scared and, everything is freaking crazy and all over the place, right? Then you got one guy who is running around crying and scared just like she is. Then you got another guy who's like, yo, he's looking at her. He's like, yo, come and get in my car. We about to drive away from all this bullshit, right? And he's calm, he's cool, he's collected. Who do you think this chick wants to fuck with, right? You understand? Because the guy who's cool, calm, and collected, he represents that confidence. He represents what she wants to follow because she herself feels like that scared little girl, running in that natural disaster. And that other guy who's over there scared also, she's not going to be feeling him. She wants to go with the guy who knows, like, he knows where the fuck he's going. He's confident about what's going down. She's going to roll with that motherfucker. You understand? So you got to be that dude. That's the dude who she sees as attractive. Right? So that is pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to, tell you some tips on how to be more attractive. Make sure you go to badboymembership.com and get and listen to how to improve your inner game. And I also have other audio and video tutorials on that page when you go to Bad Boy Membership and you join. And I'm telling you guys, if you are not on the Bad Boy Membership, you are missing out. Okay? You are missing out like crazy. I'm telling you this. You have to be a Bad Boy member so you can get the full spectrum. You feel me? So that's about it. I'm out of here, guys. Remember, the truth is inside you. Peace. All right, now before you click off this video, I need you to do 3 quick things. First, I need you to click the link below to send me your questions, because if you have any questions, I'll answer them in a video. 2, click the link under that to get my free ebook, The Magnificent 10 Crucial Dating Tips for Men. Gives you 10 tips on how to attract beautiful women. And number 3, I want you to click the link under that to go to badboymembership.com, where you get 45 through 90-minute audio and video tutorials every month. Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.